Aquaba guys, good morning and welcome to another Pillow Chat. I haven't been with you guys in a long time. I know that it's February either the 22nd or 3rd, and I haven't been with you guys since last year. Prayerfully, you guys are having a good New Year so far. There were a couple of incidents that caused me to be out. One was grief. Two was I had someone living under my roof near my bedroom. And I come to you guys between 4:30 and 5 in the morning, so I didn't want to be a disturbance. Secondly, grief again. So my father died 3 weeks ago. My brother died almost 11 months ago. But I'm okay, finally, with accepting the loss of my brother. I'm okay. I will miss him always. I'll miss the fact that he can no longer give me history lessons. Um, I could no longer hug him. He was very intelligent. But the hope and knowing he knew who God was, and I know who the Lord is, so we'll be connected again. 3 weeks ago, the loss of my father wasn't a surprise because he suffered from dementia, Alzheimer's, which is considered the long goodbye. So over the years, I've seen my father decline. He was such a great father, a good husband, good grandfather. It was because of my father who I knew and had an example of how a man is supposed to treat a woman. My father doted on my mother. There was nothing for my mother that my father wouldn't do. Nothing. Ladies, if you have a good father like I did, take his example, on how he treat ladies or how he treat your mother if he's married to your mother. Take his example because I did. And the Lord blessed because I kept saying all of my years of growing up, I want a man like my dad. I want a man like my dad. And although my husband is from another country, boy, did I get a man just like my dad. And I'm grateful to God. There's nothing for us that my husband wouldn't do. My husband go to bat for us. Uh, there's nothing for me, the grandkids, the kids. And even though our kids are grown now, we've been married 27 years almost, if the Lord will let us see it May 10th. And I tell you, I am very grateful that I had that example because had I not, it could have been very catastrophic if my father didn't lay down the blueprint on how a man is supposed to treat a woman. I'm grateful to God for my father's love and for his affection and for his example as a man, going out, working hard, providing all the bills. My mother really didn't have to work. She worked because she wanted her own money. Not that my father didn't work and bring home the money. She just wanted a sense of self, a sense of saying, hey, I want to be productive out there. But she didn't have to. I had my share of staying home, but it's not for me. I like to get out in the mix of it. I like to make my own as well. But I had a choice to stay home for 4 years, and it was just like, enough is enough already. I tasted a stay-at-home wife, and not for me. But my husband never wavered. He never lacked in taking care and paying the bills. He never complained, nothing. But I was making sure when he came home, he was greeted with love, a peaceful atmosphere, and some good food. Even though I'm still throwing down the good food, it was not for me. I just came to say that I'm glad that I had my father for 53 years. I had my brother for 52 years. I'm glad that I had such good, great men in my life. A lot of women don't get the opportunity to even know their father, let alone have a great father like I did. And my husband and my father were so close. And my husband was taking his death harder than I was because my husband was in denial. Because I work in a hospital and I see dementia, Alzheimer's, and I've experienced it with my grandmother, I knew what to expect. So when they told us that was his diagnosis, which was 13 years ago, I broke down. I broke down and I was begging God, God, please don't let him get to a point where he don't know who I am, where he don't know that I'm his daughter. And guess what? He got to that point. But the Lord prepared me when he got to that point that he thought maybe I was his mom or his cousin. I just went with it because I joined a dementia Alzheimer's support group for the things that I did not know to let me know what to look for. For example, I didn't know that there was different types of Alzheimer's. I just thought you had Alzheimer's and that was it. There's all different types. So this time last year, my brother and father, was tussling over a kitchen chair. And my father was acting real combative and he was acting out of his mind. Other than having Alzheimer's, he was acting real different. And he was trying to bust out, the kitchen window with the kitchen chair. And he had a tight grip. And when I went to the support group on Facebook and I told them what my father was doing, they said, hey, he needs to check and see if he has a UTI. And lo and behold, that was the diagnosis. He had a UTI. So I said all that to say, if your loved one is diagnosed with dementia, Alzheimer's, make sure you join a support group. Even if the testimonies and the stories are hard to hear, even if your loved one hasn't reached the point of other people's loved ones, still join it so you won't be ignorant as to what's going on with them. Because a lot of times, because they lose their sense of self, they can't verbalize what's going on. So you have to be on top of it. I just hope you guys listen to what I said and take heed to what I said. But I have to go now because it's time for me to get ready for work. Not to cut you short because we haven't been with each other for a long time. I just wanted to come here and say that I'm still here. I'm still willing to do the pillow talks. I still love you guys. And guys, keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers. I really need it. Although my father's death was expected, it's still hard to lose a father, a loving father that you've had for so long. And I'm still dealing with the death of my brother. So you pray for me as I pray for you. You guys be blessed until we meet again.